Hi. So, technology did exactly what technology does, which is crap out. So I'm just gonna go into the chat box and say that if you refresh your page, I should be there. But we shall see. To everyone who was on live, I'm so sorry. I feel really crappy that that happened, but unfortunately, that is what it is. So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen, and I want to get back into hacking with all of you. So if you did stick around, I'm going to try to pick up right where I left off. And we're going to get right into the tips and tricks that I have for all of you. So the first thing is that Facebook runs on juice. So this is like, hi everyone, yes, I'm back. I'm glad you stuck around. I love you guys, thank you. So Facebook runs on Facebook juice, and I'm hoping that you guys can see my slides. And if you can't, just let me know, because I am looking at the chat box. If you can't see my slides, let me know. But so it is like mommy juice, it's just like wine, and this juice is juice that you need, because the more you get your hands on this juice, the bigger and better your own page gets. So how do you get Facebook juice? That's the $1 million question. You get Facebook juice by stealing the juice of bigger and more active pages. And the way you steal juice from more active pages is by sharing content right from their own Facebook page. And I use the word stealing, but you're not really stealing. You're borrowing, or you're filling your own cup, but you're not taking away from them. Let's put it that way. The more shares or views a post has when you share it, the more juice you get. So, for example, this is BuzzFeed Parents. And if you can see my slides, hopefully you can see this is a very, very, very 31-year-old virgin. I'm not a 31-year-old virgin, just so you know, Mary. That was a comment that was in the chat box in case you're watching the repeat of that. But BuzzFeed Parents is a very big, very popular Facebook page, and they had this meme on today, which I had to add in because it's so topical and so timely, and something I would share on my own Facebook page, because it's gonna give me a bit of their Facebook juice. Look at all those views on it. It was shared this morning. It already had 457,000 views and 4.8 thousand likes. That's huge. That is massive. So when I hit the share button and share this particular post to my Facebook page, my Sleeping is for Losers Facebook page, I get a little bit of BuzzFeed Parents juice. And each time I share content from someone else's page by doing it natively, so hitting the share button right on Facebook and sharing it right to my Facebook page, I get some Facebook juice. So here's something you need to know about sharing content, however. You have to share a lot. So don't make the mistake of just sharing content because it has a lot of views. If it's not something that your audience will appreciate, it doesn't matter if it has a lot of views. If people aren't going to like it on your page, it won't give you Facebook juice. So really know your audience and know what kind of things they're going to like or appreciate. Also, don't just always share from the same page. So just because BuzzFeed Parents is a big page and shares a lot of good content does not mean that you should share every day from BuzzFeed Parents. You need to find a variety of larger, more active Facebook pages and share from them regularly. And yes, I mean this when I say you should be sharing about once a day from somebody else's Facebook page. That's the way you're going to get that like, know, trust factor with the algorithm. Now, the other thing is that simply sharing from pages is not enough. Oh my gosh, do I ever wish it was enough, but it is not enough. In order to be liked by Facebook, so in order to really get into that like, no, trust place, you have to post, I know, swallow, I'm going to say this, 4 times each day. And that is the minimum. I cannot believe it, but that is true. There was a time, I am telling you this, feeling old, that back, 2009, 2010, you could share once a week. and get massive results from being on Facebook. But now Facebook's algorithm gets to know, like, and trust you faster if you share 4 times each day. So in order to do that, you're going to have to schedule your posts. And this is something that I do. I do not share 4 times a day, and I want to be very clear on that. But if you want to ramp up your Facebook page quickly and get a lot of new likes, you need to schedule out your posts. Now, Facebook, of course, does not like outside schedulers. Am I gone again? Or am I there? I think I'm gone again. Oh, man. It looks to me like I am gone again, but I could be wrong. If you can see me, let me know. And if you can't, we will call it a day and I will send you the replay. Oh, am I there, Leah? Oh, thank you. It looked to me like I was gone. Hi. Okay. I'm probably going to do a cleaned up version of this replay then. But anyway, let's keep going. So to schedule, you need to use the actual scheduler right on Facebook. And this is annoying, and I know it is because there are so many great schedulers out there like Hootsuite and Buffer, and even ones you can pay for like MeetEdgar. But Facebook hates them, and it penalizes you every single time you use them. So in order to get Facebook to like, know, and trust you, and for that algorithm to show your post to more and more people, you've got to schedule right on your Facebook page. So this is how you do it. You go to your Facebook page, and where it says write something right here, you are going to write something. And then instead of hitting publish, you're going to hit that little arrow beside it where it says schedule. And when you hit that schedule button, it is going to bring you to this. And this will pop up, and it will be a place where you can schedule your post. You can schedule the date and the exact time that you want your post to go live. And you should be doing that for any post that you want to schedule ahead of time. Do not use an outside scheduler. It is an algorithm killer. It will make sure that your posts are seen less and less and less. Facebook will never penalize you for scheduling right on Facebook because it means you are using their platform, and that's all they care about. Now, the next thing you need to know is that you need to skip the links. As much as it is tempting to drop links about your latest post or your latest offering and to do that over and over and over again, don't. Instead, you want to focus your posts on conversation and not site visits. Site visits will come, I promise. But you need to focus on conversation. So for every 1 link that you put on your Facebook page, do 4 non-linked posts. And yes, again, I mean, this is like math, right? It's annoying because it's my Facebook page and I'd like to fill it up with my content and drive people to my website. But the algorithm will not let you. And there's no good workaround except to do a 4 for 1. So for every 1 link you put to your own blog or website, you do 4 non-linked posts. So you can do things like a picture. So I post a picture of me and my sons. You can ask a question. You can share content from somebody else's page. So share a viral video. That video of the BBC guy with the kids running into the room, that was a great one to share from somebody else's page. That would have got you a lot of Facebook juice. It sure did for me. Share content from the Facebook pages of similar websites or blogs. So this is that whole community over competition thing. It serves you well to serve your fans with good content, even if it comes from somebody who is a quote unquote competitor. And people worry about sharing from competitors. You do not need to be worried. It is a good thing. And then also you can just make a comment. So writing something like, man, I can't wait for March break to be over and my kids to go back to school is good. Facebook likes things like that because there are no links in it. It has a lot of potential for communication and conversation with people who already like your page. And it makes it look like you are using Facebook to just talk to people. So The next thing is you want to get more likes. And I understand that. So because you're going to be posting and sharing more often, and then you're getting that Facebook juice, right? Which is what we all want. We need that Facebook juice so we can grow. You'll start seeing people are going to like your posts that do not like your page. This will happen the more you share from other people's Facebook pages. So when I showed you that BuzzFeed post right at the beginning, that is something that potentially will end up in the feed of other people and they will like it from my page. So when you see somebody like one of your posts that doesn't already like your page or a name you don't recognize, it's easier if you have fewer people on your page, right? But when names come up you don't recognize but they've liked one of your posts, you're going to invite them to like your page. So here's an example of a post that I had recently, and it's about Brene Brown, and she is a researcher, and she talks about vulnerability and shame, and she's fantastic, and I really, really, really love her stuff, and I shared a YouTube video of hers. By the way, if I share this link, remember I'm going to share 4 things that don't have a link with it. But anyway, when I shared this, it suddenly started getting likes from people who do not like my page. I didn't recognize any of the names of people liking this post. Remember, I've got some Facebook juice going on right now, so it's obviously getting shown to friends of friends of friends. So in order to invite these people to like my page, I'm gonna click on their names where it shows that they've liked or hearted this post. And then when I click on that, it's going to show me a list of everyone who has interacted with the post. And if they already like my page, it will say liked, like it does for Rena here. But if they do not already like my page, it will say invite. And I am going to click invite for every single person that has that button beside their name. And I am going to do that for each and every post. I am going to consistently go on and check who has liked or interacted with the post. And when they have, I will invite them to like my page. Now, this is a very passive way to get more and more and more followers, and it is such a useful way. Now, Leah, you asked a question, and it says, can the stuff you share be other people's links? Yes, it can, but make sure you are sharing it directly from their Facebook page. That is super, super important that you are sharing it directly from their Facebook page and not through a scheduler. A scheduler is the kiss of death. It will crush your Facebook juice. It will take it all away. So make sure that you are going to their actual Facebook page and you are sharing from their page. And I know that's annoying, but that is what Facebook makes us do if we don't want to pay to play. And I don't, because I don't have $20,000. Now, I'm going to talk to you about something that is very unsexy, but is super, super important, and that is your Facebook analytics. So I feel like Facebook kind of threw us all a bone because we were all used to getting so much Facebook traffic. And then, of course, Facebook put in this really tough algorithm, and we stopped getting Facebook traffic unless we were paying for it, and that was frustrating. So Facebook brought in this amazing analytics tool, and it's under this tab right here that says Insights. You'll see it right at the top of your own Facebook page. It is the best analytics tool out there. It is better than anything else you could download or use outside of Facebook. And the reason I'm talking to you about this is I can give you 1,000,001 tips, but if you don't know your own audience and you don't know your own analytics, it won't matter what I say to you. It won't change what you have. So you need to go into your own analytics. You need to get really, really familiar with them, and you need to look at them at least once a week, if not more. Right here under Insights, you're going to see the word Overview. That's the first thing you're going to look at. You're going to look at how did my page do, and I've got clicked on here over the last 28 days, but it could be, I think it's got over the last 7 days, over the last 5 days. There's a few different options there. You need to really look at it and see, are my stats going up? Do I have more page views? Do I have more page likes? Is my reach improving? Reach is how many people interact or saw your post in some way. Are my post engagements going up? That's people who interacted. And this one's so important about videos. If you're not sharing videos, you're missing out. Facebook right now is in love with videos. The more videos you can share, the better. It just loves it and throws you as much Facebook juice as it can whenever you share a video. So you need to be checking your analytics and really using them to help you decide what kind of content you're going to share. So for example, I see that because I had a video up, I got huge engagement. And guess what? I know, because it's my page, I know I only shared one video. So that tells me, whoa, whenever I share a video, 1,170 people somehow come in contact with my page because of that video. I'm going to share more video. I might have done a series of questions on Facebook that did really, really well, and I saw my post engagements go skyrocketing. So I'm going to start to do that more often because I'm seeing that that works for my audience. Do you see why analytics are so important? Now, there's another part of your analytics, and you'll see over here on the left-hand side, there's a million different analytics that you can go into, but there's one that says posts. And when you click on that posts analytics, it gives you this gold mine of data. This is, I'm not into math at all, so please don't think I'm some analytics geek, but, and if you're an analytics geek, good for you. Sorry, I just called you a geek. But this tells you how many people interact with your Facebook page each day on average, and the times they interact with your Facebook page. And this is so awesome, because look at this. I can tell just by looking at this data, I actually get a very similar number of interactions every single day of the week. That tells me I need to be sharing every single day of the week. If I had no interactions on Sunday or very low, I wouldn't bother to schedule posts for Sundays, and I would just leave it at that. But I know, wow, I have a pretty decent number across the board of people interacting with my page. I need to get my sharing up every single day. I also know that in the middle of the night, nobody is on my page. Even at 6 in the morning, nobody's on my page. But hey, come 9 a.m. all the way until about 8 o'clock, I have a lot of people on Facebook potentially interacting with Sleeping is for Losers. So I would schedule any of my posts for my audience between 9 o'clock and about 8 p.m., somewhere in there. And look, right in the middle of the day, around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, somewhere in there is when it's the highest. So I would schedule the post I want people to see the most, maybe my own personal blog post. I would schedule that there. Your own analytics will look different from mine. That's why you need to be in them. You need to see, when are people on my page? When do I need to schedule my stuff so they're going to be able to see it? Also, your reach is a great one because it gives you some insights into things you might have done really well. So on the 6th, I had a big spike in reach, lots and lots of organic reach on that day. So I would take a look back and say, what did I do on that day that could have potentially brought me so much reach? Maybe I shared something that was really popular. I actually don't know. I'd have to go back and look. But you will be able to tell the same, and you'll be able to see patterns as well. I have low dips here. I bet you I didn't have any content those days, especially the really, really low days. The more content I share, the higher my reach goes. It happens without fail, and I know that because I'm constantly in my analytics and taking a look. You also need to look at the kind of people, this is under the people tab, that are coming onto your page. And I was really interested by this when I looked at it because I've always said it's only women on my page. But what I found out is that's completely wrong. I actually have a somewhat decent male fan base, and I'm not entirely sure why, and I'd have to investigate that. But I don't have nearly as many women as I thought. However, the age range is about 25 to 45. So whenever I'm going to share something, I need to keep in my head, is that age range of fan going to be interested in this content that I'm sharing? As your page grows and develops, you'll see your analytics changing and developing, and these are just a gold mine. And there's one last one that I wanted to show you, and it's under page views. And what I love about this is it shows you exactly where people are finding your page organically. So people are finding my page organically, some from my Sleepiness for Losers website, which makes sense because I do have lots of pop-ups and ways to find my page, but also a lot of people are finding my page organically through Facebook itself. And that improves whenever I share viral posts. So be very clear on where people are finding you so you know where to put your effort in or where you're falling short. If I had nobody finding me from my website, Sleepiness for Losers, I would think I need to step up my game because people should be able to find me from there. Now, I'm going to rush through this a little bit, but if you want to watch the replay, I'll probably go into this more depth. But you need to fill out your profile. And guys, this is pretty much my last big tip, but let me tell you, it is something so many people miss. So when you go on your Facebook page, you need to look at the About tab. And there are all of these places for you to fill out information about yourself. And I cannot tell you how many Facebook pages I have gone on where there is nothing there. This is your calling card. This is also what the algorithm uses to find out about you and then recommend your page to other people. If the algorithm can't troll through this or scroll through this and see information about you, it won't bother to share your page with other people. Oh, that's so frustrating, but it is so true. Make sure too that you have a direct link to your website in your About. So many people do not bother to put that in. And I have been on Facebook pages that I want to go visit their website and I cannot find it. And you know what? I'm not going to search for it. If I can't find it easily, I'm going to leave your page and probably never return. So make sure you have your About filled out so that it is easy for the algorithm to know about you and for people who visit your page to find out where else they can get more of you. The other thing you need to fill out is found underneath the tab called Publishing Tools. And it is the preferred page audience. This is what the algorithm really uses to know who you're looking to target. This happens to be mine. And you'll notice, remember when we looked at my analytics up here and we saw that my fans tend to be in the 25 to 45 age range? Well, look here. That's exactly what I've told Facebook I am trying to target. And so you need to make sure you fill this out as thoroughly as possible. So it's under Publishing Tools, and then you go to Preferred Page Audience. You need to fill out the locations, and I'm going to be adding Australia and the UK because I do have a lot of followers from there. Interests that people who might want to visit your page would have, their age range that you're looking to target, the gender. So for me, I'm mostly targeting females, although obviously I have males following me. The language, I don't write in anything but English, so it doesn't make sense for people who don't speak English to not to follow my page. It won't benefit them. And then it gives you kind of an estimated reach. Now, obviously, I'm not reaching that many people. I'd have to pay if I wanted to, but the information up here is so critical, and I can't believe how many people don't fill it out. So go to Publishing Tools, Preferred Page Audience, and fill this out as thoroughly as possible. All right, I whipped through that because I know that some of you stayed on, and I'm so appreciative that you stayed on. But I have a few final tips for you guys. So you're going to want to make finding your page super easy. And this is something that I see over and over and over again. Put a pop-up on your website. Pop-ups, I know there was a little bit of chatter about how they're going to take away your SEO. Many people have said that is not the case. Put a pop-up on your website that invites people to like you on Facebook. Put clear buttons on your website so people can click on them and find you on Facebook easily. Please do not make people search for you. They won't. No wonder they don't follow you on Facebook. They can't find you. Make it easy. And also, don't be afraid to ask people to like your page. Even putting that on your own personal Facebook page, like, hey, I have a Sleepiness for Losers Facebook page. I'd love for you to follow me there if you're into it. Stuff like that we forget to do, but it's so crucial to grow on Facebook. Also, you want to add your blog to your personal Facebook page profile. So when you're on Facebook, so your own personal Facebook page profile, so mine is Sarah Sweet Newcomb, that's my name. Where it asks you for your work, you can put your Facebook page as your work. So if you hover over my name, Sarah Sweet Newcomb, you will find a link, a direct link to my Facebook page. And anytime I comment on something as Sarah Sweet Newcomb on Facebook, people, if they like what I have to say, could hover over my name and find out that I have a Facebook page called Sleeping is for Losers, and they can click on that, and I have gotten so many followers just from having that. You also need to interact with your competition. So if their content is being interacted with and it's good content, then share it. Do not be afraid to share your competitors' content. It will not take away from you. It will give you that Facebook juice that you so desperately need. And then make sure that you invite every single person who likes a post on your page. Invite them to like your page. It is non-invasive. They do not have to do it. It is not creepy. Facebook gives us that tool very specifically to allow us the opportunity to invite new people. So I had a whole bunch of questions that came in by email, and I'm going to try to get through them really quickly, and then I'll take a look at the comments and see if I can help anybody out there. First of all, is there a way to get Facebook followers without payments? Let me just see if I can unshare my page. See if I come back on the page. Hey, hi everyone. All right, so is there a way to get Facebook followers without payment? Yes, you need to get as much Facebook juice as you can collect, and you're going to do that by consistently sharing things that are topical, that are viral, that are relevant to your audience. So I'm not going to share something about sewing. I've used that before, but I'm not going to share something about sewing because people aren't on my page to learn about sewing, and they're probably not really into sewing. But if you were, a sewing blogger, you're going to share as much as you can about sewing. If there's something that's super topical, like that BBC guy who had his kids barge in during his interview, which is like the funniest thing, and I've watched it so many times, then, that's something that you can share because everyone's going to get a laugh out of that. But the more Facebook juice you get, the more you share content, the more you will be able to gain followers, the more you'll be shown to people, the more you'll show up in people's feeds without them even knowing who you are. So the next question that I got was, how do I get a big Facebook page to share one of my posts? Okay, so like I said, this can be a good thing or a bad thing, and it really depends. Some good questions are coming in. I need to not get distracted and answer this. So is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Well, my friend is having a not great experience by having a big page share her post, but I do know people who have skyrocketed on Facebook because somebody shared their post. So here's a little bit of a trick to do it. First of all, you need to interact on that page as much as possible, and do not interact as your Facebook page. Interact as your actual name. So I interact as Sarah Sweet Newcomb. Do not interact as your Facebook page. It looks spammy and it can actually get you banned. So do not do that. But interact on the page, comment on things. Do not drop a link to your blog as much as you want to. Don't do it. But continually do that. And then after you feel like you've built up a bit of a rapport on that page, and you're getting to know them, you know what kind of posts they like, then you can message the page and say, hey, look, I love your content. I share it. I interact with it. I have this post on my website. I think it would really do well with your followers. If you're interested, here's the link. And leave it at that. And that's all you do. And then continue to interact. Don't drop off that page, especially if they don't share it. Don't be like, wow, done with you. Continue to interact. But that's a really important thing that you can do. And it's a great way to get a bigger page like Scary Mommy or BuzzFeed or any of those sites that need a lot of content. They'll probably jump at it if they see that you're somebody who actually uses their page and interacts with their audience. Another way to do it is to tag big pages in your post. So if you have a blog post or a video or an article that you think another page would really, really like and their audience would really like, you can tag them right on your own Facebook page. Like just tag them in the comments like, hey, at BuzzFeed Canada, I think you'd love this post. Something like that. And you can do that, consistently. And I actually know 2 big YouTubers who were nobodies until they got an American station to notice their YouTube video, and the American station shared it, and it just went viral after that, and it skyrocketed their success. And the way that American station found it was because they tagged them. So that's something to do. The next question was, what do I do with trolls? You block them. That's the end of it. If you have someone who is on your page and is not contributing in a way that is respectful of other people, block them off your page, and that's it. Now, if you are a business and somebody has a legitimate complaint or concern, you need to private message them and try to figure out what is the concern or how you can help them. But do not allow a troll to take over your Facebook page. Block them out if they are doing something just to be a jerk or to be mean to other people. And don't feel bad about that. This is your Facebook page, okay? Now, if you're a big brand, I would say something different to you. But if you are a blogger or a small business owner, I would say block people if they are being rude, if they are purposefully going out of their way to be hurtful. That's when you want to block them. Okay, so how can we improve our visuals? Okay, so Facebook is definitely a visual place. And one thing that I would say you should do, and I wonder if I can share my screen. Maybe not. One thing that you need to do is you need to improve your cover. So the cover of your Facebook page. And I'm going to send out, when I send out the replay, I'm going to send out a couple of images that are really good that show people exactly what your Facebook page is all about. And I see too many people putting up covers of just a pretty picture that have no information, which means that if somebody comes to your page for whatever reason, because Facebook will send them there because you're getting lots of Facebook juice, they won't know what your page is about, and they're not going to really spend the time trying to figure it out. So you need to spell it out for them, act like they are not smart enough to figure it out for themselves. And the best way to do that is for your cover on your Facebook to be very clear about who you are and what your page is all about. And then they can decide if they want to stay and interact with your page. That is one thing I would do. And the other thing is to, of course, fill out your profile. Have that information so that if somebody loves your Facebook page, they can find your website and love that as well. So crucial. Okay, next, the pay-to-play aspect. Is it worth it? So as I mentioned before, although if you weren't here at the beginning, you wouldn't know, it is not worth it to me as a blogger who does not have a $10,000 plus budget to play with Facebook ads. It is not worth it. Blowing hundreds of dollars is not worth it. Boosting a post can be worth it. So if you do want to play around a little bit with the pay-to-play aspect on Facebook, boost a post. There's a little button that says boost this post on every single thing you put on Facebook. They really like you to boost posts. Spend $5, target an audience, be very clear on who you want to target, and see what happens. And if it doesn't work for you, maybe try it again. It's only $5, but I wouldn't start spending a lot of money on any of that. There are legit ways to get that Facebook juice and get Facebook's algorithm like knowing and trusting you and starting to share out your content. If you do want to do Facebook ads because you want to grow quickly and you have the money, go for it. I would highly suggest hiring somebody to set up your first ad. Because once they've set up your first ad, you can go in and you can take a look and you can kind of figure out who did they target, how did they do the spending, how did all the elements work together, and you can kind of piece that together and then you can do your own ads from then on. So that's something that I would do. Now, what is the least expensive way to target? Okay, so this person asked, my entire audience is on Facebook. How can I target them without spending a ton of money? So Facebook juice. That's exactly what you need. You need that Facebook juice. Share, share, share from similar pages, from pages that are your competition. Do not be weird about sharing your competition's pages. Go straight to their Facebook page and share their good posts. Not everything, obviously, because some of it will not be good. But their posts that are doing well, share them on your page. You will get some of their Facebook juice. You will start being shown to their followers as well the more you do that. Don't be spammy about it, but do it once a week or so, and Facebook will start to realize, oh, they have a similar target audience. I'm going to show their page to that page's audience. So that is one way you can work around that algorithm without having to pay a lot of money. Somebody asked me about Facebook Live. Video, as I mentioned, is massive. The more video you can share right on Facebook, the more people will be interacting with your page, and the more the algorithm will show your page. Right now, the algorithm is madly and deeply in love with video. So if you need to share a video, let me just show you how to do it. All right, so you're gonna go on your phone, because it's the only way you can go live so far. On your phone, go to your actual page, and this will be backwards for you guys, right? So here's my page on my phone. And you're going to go where it says write something, and you're going to click on that. And when you click on it, the little icon right here, hopefully you can see that, will come up to go live. And that is how you go live. And you have to go live from your phone and hold it this way. If you go like this, it'll show your video sideways sometimes. Not every time, but sometimes. They're working out the kinks still. So it goes this way, you go live straight from your phone, and you should be able to go live on any Facebook page. If for some reason you don't have it, number one, go into your apps and see if you need to do an update on your Facebook app. That could be one way it doesn't work. But if it doesn't work, you still can't get it to work, go live from your personal page and just share it to your Facebook page. That's a workaround. Going live is awesome. Just be prepared when you go live. Don't go live and just be like, I'm not sure what I'm going to talk to you guys about. What do you guys want to talk about? That doesn't usually work as well. But if you're prepared and you want to go live, then do it. It's great. But if you're nervous about that, you can still get that Facebook juice from video by filming yourself and then uploading the video straight onto Facebook. So don't upload it onto YouTube, upload it straight onto Facebook, and Facebook will reward you with plenty of Facebook juice from that. So you guys who stayed are so amazing, and it's after 3, so I'm not gonna really keep you too much longer. But let's see, the things you share should be originally uploaded, like not linked. Yes, so you can share anything from somebody else's Facebook page. It doesn't matter how they shared it on their own Facebook page, but you have to go to their Facebook page, hit that share button, and then share it onto your Facebook page. That's how you get the juice. That's how you get the Facebook juice that you so desperately need to see your posts going on more and more and more. And you guys, are you saying you don't have the preferred tools? Publishing tools. Okay, so you found it? Thank you. Very good. Okay, make sure you have that filled out, that whole who your target audience is. Fill that out as specifically as you can. That is so crucial for the algorithm. It's the only way it knows who you're trying to target. Should you comment on other pages using your page or your personal page? I think I already mentioned that. Always, always, always comment as your actual personal self. For me, that has meant that I have had to lock down my personal page significantly. I'm very picky about what people can see on my personal, like my Sarah Sweet Newcomb page. It also means I just don't put as much on my personal page as I used to, but Facebook actually dings you or takes away some Facebook juice if you are commenting and on pages as your Facebook page, because it can tell. It's like, oh, you're doing that because you want people to come and like your page. Well, we're not going to let you do that because you need to pay to play. So that's not a hack for the algorithm. That is actually a way to get yourself in trouble with the algorithm. So always comment and like and talk as if you are just a regular, normal person, which you are, hello, but that's how you want to interact. We didn't even get time to touch on Facebook groups, but I did get a great question about Facebook groups. And let me see if it's on the next page. So the person asked, Are Facebook groups a good way to get new likes on your Facebook page? Yes, they're amazing. But again, you have to go on as yourself, so as a real person. And the best way to get people to like your Facebook page from there is to make sure that your job or your work is filled out as your blog Facebook page. So that if people like the kind of information and interaction they have with you, they're going to hover over your name. They're going to see, oh, that person has a Facebook page. They're going to click on it, and then they're going to like your Facebook page. And that's the best way. And I know it feels clunky and it kind of is annoying, but I can tell you that since I started interacting in Facebook groups, I have had a 500% increase in likes on my page. And the likes are all people who I would want to like. They're my target audience. So interacting on Facebook groups is really, really crucial. It will drive people to your actual Facebook page and get them liking you. And the algorithm will like it too. A great one is Online Business BFFs. That's a great one. There is one called Femtrepreneur. That's a great group to be in as well. Those are two I can think of off the top of my head, but if you want, I can come up with a decent list and make sure I post it on my website so that you guys can have some interaction in some really good, busy Facebook groups. So, all right, I have kept you for long enough. And some of you have been so patient and you waited as my technology crashed out for some unknown reason. I will be sending out a replay. I'll probably have to redo the video because it's in chunks right now. But thank you so much for everyone who stayed on. Thank you for the questions that you asked. I so appreciate it. And I really appreciate your support as well. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you again. I hope that you picked up a few tips that you can start using on your Facebook page, and that you are starting to think about Facebook as having Facebook juice. That's the biggest takeaway that I want you to have. And you need to grab that juice wherever you can get it. Stop using outside schedulers. Stop worrying about, sharing your competition's posts. Take the juice wherever you can get it, and make sure you are constantly showing up. The more you show up, the more Facebook likes you. So thanks again for all of you who stuck around. I appreciate you so much. I'm going to make sure that I get a fresh, good video up here for everybody else this afternoon. But until next time, thank you again for sticking in, and I'm going to let you go. Bye, guys.